At least for now, I'm seeing what I can do. And what energy that I have. So once again, with this, shoot, I'm forgetting it. With my tooth work today, I have not been feeling as much. Root canal, that's the word. My energy is a little shot, but it's not the worst ever. I can still talk, but I recognize that I can only taste, feel half of my tongue, and it's not impeding me the worst. It's just, you know, I'm recognizing that my body is definitely going to be recovering for the next few days or so. Get some cicada solos from those gathering spots. Let's just keep walking around, because we need to just get whatever that we can. At least for now, these days will be slow and sure to start. How you doing, D3? Everything been going well enough for you so far today? Hope things have been fine enough for you, friend. Nice. No Barrack report. Sadness. It's alright though. We'll just go back to the next gathering spots. And that is a pretty fast gather, but nothing really changed too much here. So, we'll just get on with the next day. But I feel like this, Mystia's Izakaya especially so, is a very nice Sodden substitute considering how, what's his face? How much Arasake do I have right now? I have 4. Yeah, no, that's fine to put on there. Doing good. Had a meme com, or I'm in the top 10% of a few characters, which is wild. There you go. Game was super chill. It is super chill to begin with. I think my favorite things, I think just the Sparrow Trail itself, this little music we have here for when we're serving up people, is one of my favorites out of the soundtrack itself. Granted, I've only heard, like, you know, a very small fragment of it, not counting the DLCs, and because I didn't actually get on to playing too far offline last time around, off stream and all. So, that is a lot of interesting things to say the least, of what it could easily surpass my expectations. So I remember I love the Hature Shrine music, like when you're in the area, but the Yokai Trail has my heart when you get the high ambience, because it is just, yeah, it's half of it is a gathering simulator in a way, and then the other half, we are playing Diner Dash in a way or so. And granted, this is only day 2, so we are starting off very, very slow when it comes to D3, but this is a very, very lovely game, and it's a wonderful love letter to the Toho series and all the girls in it, and Rinosuke. Yeah, like, for you, D3, talking about it, ever since I got the invite from Calvin to get into Deadlock's beta, or closed testing and everything like that or so, the funny thing was, I just couldn't start a game, or rather I couldn't play a game, because at first it let me play a game, but I sent that clip already and how I was reprobating at 500,000 meters a second, and then, an update came out. So they've been pressing almost like every other day an update, you know, farther balancing or trying to fix things. Those updates came out, and it kept saying, you have not been recognized as online to the Valve servers. You cannot get into a game, and it kept doing that for another week or so. So that was great. And then the last one that the last update that came around, I'm guessing, let's see, yeah, just I had my Steam update overnight, yesterday night or so, allowed me to finally play the game. So I get to play Valve's nondescript, unannounced, unreleased game, smile. So, yeah. So I played like 1 or 2 test games offline. Anytime I tried to record on OBS, it absolutely bricked my frames. It might just be offline recordings, but we'll see. I mean, if I even get a chance to stream it anyway, that would be funny, but we'll see how I'm feeling overall, and if not, I'm fine enough either way. I just want to make content and get to just try out some more of the characters or so. So I already saw like some meme build ideas or so, and Deadlock very much so is a great mash of 2 genres that I feel like I am both an aficionado at and that I excel at, in MOBAs and shooters. Because, not to mention too, like when Omega Strikers is my biggest content machine, and I'm recognized mostly for that, and most people can relate it immediately as MOBA air hockey closest to. Hey, might as well add more MOBAs to the repertoire. Granted, I don't have Weed installed, I don't have Dota installed, Heroes of the Storm I don't have installed. I don't fight any other traditional MOBA. Actually, I have Eternal Return, that's MOBA Battle Royale. That still is closer to a traditional MOBA in one way or another. But it still is just, you know, it's a subsection of that genre too. Which I need to honestly post more videos on, because I have my offline recordings on that. But I need to actually stream it, because me being able to get Mithril all 4 seasons in a row so far, after it came out of beta, is absolutely nice. You feel that? You have Dota, but you can't bring yourself to play it? Any particular reason? Or is it just not your thing, D3? Is it just kind of like my friends are playing it, and it's kind of like the whole weed thing of like, I play Dota, don't get into Dota? Or do you just don't want to? Because I have friends who are on both sides of that argument right there. Or also, like, Dota's like the only game that they ever will play, just because they've spent so much time in it and everything like that, you know? And that's not necessarily a fault, it's just, you know, some people when they say, hey, you want to play video games, that's really like, yeah, that just means you want to play Dota or Counter-Strike or League, and that's the only game that they play. And that's not me, 'cause I'm a variety streamer. And that is the Izakaya toys enough. I have like 2k hours into it, which is like 1k custom games. I used to play it a ton, but I tried to get back into it and it was overwhelming every time. I can get that. Also, people only ever order the Land Breeze, they didn't order any of the other things, so that's frustrating. I feel like I've never been too much of a custom game Andy when it came to, which is funny because I was a Halo 3 Halo Reach kid. Like the Halo 3, Halo ODST, the Halo 3 ODST, and then Reach when it came around or so, when I got my first Xbox 360. So custom games were like great there when I had my party of friends, but otherwise I never really did too much more, like for the Call of Duty side, or for, you know, the MOBAs that I played. Granted, I'm a solo queue Andy, so I don't, for the MOBA side, but at the same time too, that's just, you know, what more can I do at that point then? Huh. Hello, Riddle. People will post Riddle Nightbud, and will post this picture, and they will, all that they'll get in the replies is Riddle Nightbud. I love you, Twitter, for that end. Huh. Don't ignore me! You saw me here! Oh, it's Riddle. What's up? You dare ask what's up? Seeing the horde of fireflies and not catering to her immediately. You've grown some guts. I see. I mean, you can just order and I'll bring it to you. What? Are you telling me to fuss over what to eat? Then leaving me to regret my choice as I wait for the food to arrive just like any other common guest does? Come on, doesn't everyone else do it? Don't compare me to those guys. This is frustrating. What exactly do you want? Wait, Mystia, come over here for a second. What is it, Kyoko? I think this is what they call omakase. I don't quite get it, but I think that as a professional chef, you can't just wait for guests to tell you their needs. Instead, you should actively try to understand what they want and tailor to their needs. But how am I going to predict what they want? This is a challenge for you, the proprietress. If you try hard, you can do it. She's ordering now, give it a try. I don't think I can do this. So, we've only had common yokai guests come around so far, but now we're learning the second category, rare guests. They do not tell you directly what they want, instead they'll give you hints based on their preferences. Move to the table and open the order panel to learn more. So for Riddle here, Riddle says it would be great if all dishes tasted sweet, and she wants something low alcohol for her drink. So, you don't need to know much about Toho to play Misty's Izakaya by itself, but whatever you know about the series will help you in whenever other guests come around. Seems so like she wants something sweet. But Kyoko, it appears that we don't have anything sweet to serve. It's okay, calm down. A competent chef can creatively modify recipes based on their experience. Here's some honey I collected at the yokai trail this afternoon. Try adding it to the original recipe. If he wants a sweet dish, let's open the kitchenware. So some cuisines will not work with certain ingredients. You will know because certain tabs will have an X on them. On top of fresh tofu, you can add tabs to the screen for certain honey. So, whenever you are preparing any food, you can see here, this tofu has 5 tabs. It's vegetarian, it's home cooking, it's mild, it pairs well with alcohol, and it is served in small portions. But that when I swept it, it just tastes the radish and then the tofu. Anytime I want to, I can add other ingredients, so like the honey here, and it has a tad of sweet. So if I add it on, you can see it has a star now, and it has the extra add-ons of sweet and cutting board because it's being prepared on a cutting board. So I can prepare that specifically so, and we are fulfilling Ridgel's request of a sweet food. That, and we need something that has low alcohol. So you can see here, green tea is no alcohol, this fruity highball is low, and the Sparrow Sake is mid-alcohol. So same thing too, we need to cater to both ends of the customer. Not bad at all. Success. And as you keep serving these named customers, these named girls, or also, stay, and you continue to learn more about them, you can see you will start to learn what their preferences are as a customer. So you saw it popping up, Rigel likes sweet and she likes low alcohol, but she dislikes vegetarian. Bravo! Stronger yokai and humans are often harder to satisfy. Situations like this one may happen again in the future. They are dissatisfied, horrible things might happen. But on the other hand, if we manage to satisfy these rare guests, maybe something good will happen. You're so optimistic, Misty! Yeah, that's the spirit we need! I asked you for something sweet, but this is too mild. I don't like bland tasting stuff. Whatever, never mind. The food's not bad, but just so-so. Why are we only getting a mediocre review? We tried hard and even added honey. It seems that satisfying a rare guest specific request alone doesn't guarantee the best review. We should also consider their usual taste, exactly. From now on, I'll record every guest's likes and dislikes. Cooking is just like fighting a battle. You'll regret it if you aren't careful every step of the way. Sometimes rare, familiar guests will show up. If you manage to understand what they want, you can get some unexpected rewards. But be careful if they're disappointed. Also, regardless of rare or common guests, you can earn a nice tip if you treat them well. It might even become part of your main source of income. And that is our new day. Food Wars in Toho confirmed? I never got to watch Food Wars, but I did always see those clips of like people eating and then, like a judge eating and then the clothes blowing off. And that was ridiculous to me. But it's anime doing anime things, and to be fair, I'm watching Blue Lock, and people's clothes aren't blowing up, but you'd think it's a life and death battle when they're playing soccer, dude, so we're relating it to real world stuff right now. By the way, Kyoko, you were a big help yesterday. Thanks for the honey you gave me earlier. It's important to stockpile on ingredients. As they say, it's good to always be prepared for the unexpected. Speaking of which, Misty, you know how to acquire ingredients, right? I can usually collect quite a bit from the Yokai Trail, depending on my luck. That's right, you can get extra ingredients when you're lucky. Ingredients need time to replenish themselves after being collected. You can't keep taking from Mother Nature without giving her time to rest. I'm always grateful. And by the way, I think there's a right time for collecting certain ingredients. Pay attention to this. We're going to open an Izakaya here for quite a while. We'll have plenty of time to figure out where to find all the good stuff. But don't be too obsessed with gathering ingredients either. You still have an Izakaya to run at 6 PM. On the other hand, if you don't have anything else to collect, you can open up early. But I still feel worried. While the Yokai Trail has ample ingredients, it's quite enough if you use them at last night's raid. Of course we're not going to rely solely on collecting. Look over there. On the other side of the bridge? Yeah, there's a human merchant over there who sells ingredients. However, he's jacking up his prices knowing that I'm not human. But that takes money. Gotta spend money to make money. That's how you run a business. Misty, you really give off an aura of a proprietress when you say things like that. I am a proper proprietress to begin with, even though my business is pretty small. It doesn't matter. Let's work hard together. One day we'll have a giant Izakaya. No, multiple Izakayas. We love Chartreuse support. And we'll go around, do the usual rounds, collect what we can here. Yes! We have some Sparrow Sake to collect. That is high importance. So, in addition to our usual collection routes, you can see now, we also have this merchant, denoted by this money symbol over his head. You get what you pay for, understand? Only an idiot would say my products are expensive. So yes. But the main thing here is that, exactly so, we can see that there are some nice ingredients to potentially get out of our almost $500 yen funds. And the main thing I would potentially like is we only have the 2 drinks right now, so I can just buy all of these drinks. I think it's a worthwhile investment. And then you can also see I have the inventory for whatever else that I might have. Let's just buy up his good stock. I feel like I'm running out of tofu too, potentially. That could be almost everything of mine. Quite frankly, I'm not going to lie. Let us buy things up. The future. Yes, it is taking all my money, but I am investing for my future's sake. But now, though, we'll just keep collecting around. Because having a variety of foods is really good for being able to cater to those different tastes. Because if we can satisfy as many customers as possible, then that is of course going to be upping our ambience. It's going to make people want to come back, and then we can just keep going on and on from there. Speaking of which, if I press tab for Misty's stuff here, that way so, we can immediately see Riddle Nightbud, an old friend of mine who loves insects. I really can't handle the swarm around her, even though I've known her for so many years. You can immediately see the different tads that she likes. So she likes sweet stuff, but she dislikes vegetarian and mild. So even though we served her the tofu, she didn't like it as much as she would have. Like, we satisfied her, we satisfied her craving for sweet, but she disliked the vegetarian and mild tads, making it so it was just a so-so order. That and she likes normal alcohol, low alcohol. We can go through all of that there, and then we can also keep going through all of these other, all of these other tads and everything like that or so. So we can see our normal guests, and see potentially what people might want, or what they like. So for these normal guests, we can always just keep looking around, and seeing what could potentially be good for their tads, to satisfy them more, or for their drinks. But I'll get onto that in time. And while it's a slower day and such, maybe I should start doing that more too then. For now, let's see what we got in the bear trap. Boar meat and venison, and let's continue collecting lampreys. I just remember in my first playthrough, I actually had a problem of I was running out of lampreys super fast. And I got trout. Well, fine enough. Now, you can see here that we know that Riddle can come along anytime to the Yokai Trail. So let's add these on. I press E. You can see here I can choose between any of these drinks. And I spent a lot for these drinks here, but you can see we have a lot more variants, and I can make a lot more money, considering how... When we were first looking at green tea is just 1 yen for every drink. That Sparrow Sake is rare, but it's 50. Whereas this Mio and the Fruity Highball are 12 and 18. And even the sour, the Fruity Sour, is also 12. So this is really, really good for me to stock up on and have different options, because I have 4 drink slots, so I might as well use them, and that allows people to order more from now on this end. Welcome to the Izakaya. So let's try to cater to these people here. So this yokai right here is a Fots. They well, yeah. That is Fotsies, right? I can't fully tell. I'm assuming you're a Fots. You like small portions, but you are going to order something specific. You like meat, though. So I can potentially add meat to whatever that you want. And see, a gold lamprey. I actually can't add meat, just even though if I'd want to here, you can see it cannot take meat at all. So that would just be something that cannot actually work around. So we just serve the lamprey. See, they're already ordering a different drink. Granted, do I have anything in my ingredients that's signature? I can take a look then. Hi, Owie. How are you doing? I think I saw you playing Commander Death stuff with Annie earlier. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, we can try to cater to both the common and the rare customers however they come by. So that's always just going to be the big thing to recognize. I'll just finish. There you go. Oh, I hope you're doing well. I'm recovering from a root canal today. I didn't feel any pain, but the numbness of my mouth made it so I could only barely enjoy my dinner. And the fact is, I basically have to cut myself off on certain foods for like a month or so until I can get my crown appointments and all. So we'll just see how life goes. Nurture Japanese, Chinese, and popular trends. Do I have anything like that that I can do? Legendary Mountain Delicacy? I mean, it's just signature for the lamprey itself. Made something mild at best, but nothing more. This is the real booth experience though, kinda like it. I mean, it's just chill until we get on to the later games, but give me like 5 or 6 streams. This game is a very long game and can be a slow burn. It doesn't be pretty painful. Well, at least I had enough anesthetic, so I felt nothing at all. But that's the thing, I only feel like a third of my mouth. So Riddle's here, so we need to do, so once again, we will not see exactly what her order is. We need to actually talk to her and see what she wants. So, Riddle wants something peculiar and a chillable drink. And because it's a specialty food, what's his face? Because rare customers need a specialty food and a drink. So that means I need to get it. Kyoto won't be able to. So she wants something chillable. So anything out here would do. So let's try the Mio, just as it's most expensive. I need to make money. And then we need to see. Remember watching me play this at one point, it got pretty crazy? Yeah, I will admit to that, but that was a year and a half ago. I looked at it. It was April 2023. And remember, I initially dropped Mystia's Izakaya because I was like, I'm only getting 1 to 0 views. Nobody likes this series, so I might as well stop. That's me trying to be like, I have to have an audience. I'm playing this because I just want to have fun, so I'm restarting from scratch again. Yep, it has been that long. And that was when I was still on my 2.0 model, not my Maid 3.0 now. So she wants something abnormal. So, adding a cicada soil to anything that she wants could potentially be good, because if you see here, she wants something sweet and peculiar. She doesn't like vegetarian or mild stuff. So let's try the seafood miso soup. Let's make it sweet, and let's try adding a cicada soil to it. So you can see here, it's sweet and peculiar, and maybe she'll like it. And that's what you have to do. You have to keep trying out different foods and seeing what customers like or not. So it still is vegetarian, but she did like it more than the previous one. So let's check my book again. Miso soup's still vegetarian, so I might want to try a grilled lamprey that's a little bit sweeter than some solos. Getting back into watching them slowly while on streaming scene, yeah. I mean, it has been quite a while, but life gets in the way, Allie, so no problems here, and you're here, that's all that matters. So she wants something low alcohol, and she wants just another thing. And she wants another chillable drink. So let's try the fruity sour, see if there's anything specific she wants out of that. And let's try a lamprey that is peculiar and sweet. Because that's not vegetarian by any means, and it's not mild, at least I don't believe so. So let's try this. She loves it, and anytime you satisfy a real customer, because it's Toho, we get a spell card. Each Toho character has their own specific spell card that they can inflict, positive or negative. And for Riddle, the Lord of the Fireflies, you can see she activated this passive at the bottom right, Firefly Phenomenon. Guests are attracted to fireflies, and they are 1.3 times more likely to appear, which is wonderful for my future prospects. Okay, this is a thoughts, right? If I add meat to this potentially, would you like it? One way to find out, but at least for now, thank you, Kyoto, for helping. Get back in streaming after rebrand, and just, you gotta do what you gotta do. You liked it a little bit more. I really can't tell the difference between a cat and a Fots Tanuki, I'll be honest with you here. Either way, y'all like meat, so I can just keep tossing in some pork if you want there. Satisfy you a little bit more. And then you want a lamprey. And so you can't add meat to it, because otherwise it would just come out as junk. But were you looking to rebrand it soon, Aoi? Or is it just something that you're coming back to? Kind of like how Flanny's plans are. Yeah, I don't think I have enough ingredients to satisfy these guys and make them really happiest. So, I might just save my meat ingredients for now, and just to let that fly, you know? So let's get that going. Thank you for preparing that sparrow satay. Oh, I didn't prepare that one free. Oops. We'll just see how things go on. I know that, like, for me, I'm pretty happy with my current state. Now, granted, you know, this is my ideal outfit and all. Maybe I'll get some new stuff for VR chat if I want to. But at least when it comes to, I'm very satisfied with how my model is, I say, as I completely brick myself. Because my thing fell over. Also, we got Rumia! So, Nanoka! Hello, Rumia. What do you want to eat? Isn't the freshest way to eat something just to eat it raw? And she wants something bitter. Now, Misty's Izakaya, for those of you meme lords, already probably know from that one screen cap of Rumia ordering, flesh, flesh, flesh. I desire flesh. I want sweet drink. So she wants something bitter. So let's go ahead, get her bitter. Let's get her Mio so I can just upcharge a little bit. I will give her the Mio. I'll give you miso, and we need something raw. So if I get her an egg, that's raw. If I get her some pork, that turns this miso soup from vegetarian to meaty. So I could play around with that a little bit and see how things go. Something new here, but might be your final design change. There you go. I didn't say too much more. And see here, I satisfied her, very much so. And she has done Moonlight Ray, which has granted me 3 different things of meat, including Iberico pork, which is a rare ingredient, so I'll be very happy with that. But now, you know, the room is added to our list. And see, she likes things that are raw and meat, so she should be pretty easy to satisfy. And she's always going to be nice, because anytime, once again, that you serve a food that people very much so love, then you will immediately get a lot of ingredients and everything like that that can easily help out. So she wants soda, so another Mio. She wants something filling. But do I have anything that's filling? Future grilled, small portion. If I do the miso soup, but I add like a bunch of ingredients, would that make it filling? Like if I add a bunch of meat, that is large portion, but it's not technically filling. She likes raw though, so let's add an egg instead. I will give you an egg. It is a large portion, so maybe that will be it. I don't know if large portion denotes the filling or not. Or if I need to buy a pumpkin for that. Yeah, I probably need to actually get something for that end. What's in the app? The RTD is being worked on. There you go. It won't be too long before I make announcements. Well, however you want to tease. I know some people want to immediately put their stuff out there. Signature dishes and soda. Soda! Oh, another Mio. And then I have to get the lamprey. I can't put meat on it, but I can make it raw. Let's put a chili on there too. I just want to see what Rumia's tastes are. She likes meat. Does she like anything spicy though? Because I need to keep learning about my customers. If there's anything to it. So nothing specifically, but I satisfied her request, and I gave her the egg to make that lamprey raw. So that way, it pairs well. Fish and eggs, doesn't sound like bad. So, more spell cards, more great stuff. She likes peculiar stuff and a bitter drink. Well, in that case then, let's try, well, yeah, let's try this. 1, 2, 3. I can't add the meat, because then it would come out to be done. So add an egg in that case. And I didn't remember what she wanted there. She wants something bitter. Let's mix it up just for her sake. Is your wife who Got your maid and Annie. Yeah, there you go. You just got it. Oh, good. It's however you want to make your announcement cycle be, right? Nice, another Roberto pork. You love to see it. Alright, Rumors. I know that you said you wanted to be filled, but that's the 3rd course of food that you've ordered so far. There you go. Flesh, flesh, flesh. I desire flesh. I want bitter drink. Alrighty. In that case, then let's get a slow in here and let's get some meat. And then let's get your fruity salad just because we can. They're gonna be siblings? Yeah, yeah. Oh, not... Well, I didn't give her the raw tad, so... Fair and fine enough. But if I satisfy roommate completely, then she can easily pay me back the meat that I give her anyway. So I shouldn't be afraid to invest. But nice. So perfect right there. And you can see, I spent about 400. I gained 600. So my net profit, yeah, exactly so. Purchases 480, sales 677, so a profit of 197 today. All from serving those new different drinks. Lovely to see. Lovely, lovely, lovely to see.